Man, what's good, YouTube? We about to get to the deadliest day in Chicago in history. Let's go.
On May 31st, 2020, Chicago had one of the deadliest days ever recorded, with a total of 18 people dead in only a 24-hour span. This was truly a
Damn.
day of horror. In fact, there were so many autopsies that was due on June 1st that the Chief Cook County medical examiner had to call an additional pathologist to complete them all.
And amid the protests over the weekend, the city of Chicago
Everybody
endured its
woke up
most
into
violent
straight
weekend of the
ignorance
year.
today.
The Chicago Police Department reports that from 6 p.m. Friday through midnight on Monday, 92 people were shot, resulting in 27 deaths. 17 people were killed on Sunday.
92 people shot. It's crazy as fuck. But God damn.
Alone.
One of the first murders that happened that day was on the south side of Englewood, which is one of the most dangerous parts in Chicago. As Angelo Bronson was standing outside on the 6800 block of South Laughlin Street, someone pulled up and shot him in the chest and leg at about 12:37 a.m. And Angelo was pronounced dead at the University of Chicago Medical Center at 1:11 a.m. This would mark the first murder of that day, but no more than 6 hours
They got
later,
started
another
early.
person would be killed on the 3300 block of West 71st Street at about 5:30 a.m. An 18-year-old high school student was allegedly so upset after finding out a woman he went home with was transgender that he killed her. Even after firing his gun twice at Selena
You ain't
Ross
know?
Hernandez, Orlando Perez confessed to detectives that he went back to Hernandez's
What
house a
the
second time
fuck?
so he could shoot her lifeless body. Although they lived blocks apart, there was no indication that
I don't
Perez
condone it,
and
but I don't blame them
37-year-old
though.
Hernandez knew each other before they were seen on video surveillance returning from Hernandez's home together around 5:30 a.m.
On
And police
camera,
say this image on the victim's phone showed Perez in the residence.
bad
And his home
business.
were the apparent clothes he had been wearing. And a gun, authorities say, with the same type of bullets used in the shooting.
Perez allegedly told detectives that during a video recording statement that while inside he asked if Hernandez was a girl, and when she told him she was trans, he told her that he had to leave. Surveillance cameras show Perez leaving, then 20 minutes later, returning around 6 a.m. with a dark face covering, prosecutors said. The video allegedly showed Perez take out a handgun and rack the slide as he approached Hernandez's home. Perez was
You
also
slid
reported
back
hopping over
on
Hernandez's
him?
gate
It?
and leaving minutes
Why
later,
did you do
just to
that?
come back moments later to
Why?
shoot Hernandez several more times as she lay face down.
Don't
Then
lie
at
for you. You must have
5:25
cracked.
a.m. in the 1200 block
Yeah.
of North Mason Avenue in Austin in the west side, Terrell Clark was inside his vehicle. Suddenly, someone pulled up beside him and shot him multiple times, leaving Terrell Clark dead on the scene. 1:40 p.m. in the 1600 block of East 95th Street, Darius Jelks, 31 years of age, had just picked up his cousin, Maurice Jelks, 39 years of age. Their destination was to spend some precious time with their mother, but as the two were waiting at a stoplight, someone in a dark-colored SUV opened fire, striking them both in
Y'all realize how many people 92 is? Like, that's like some odd rack shit. That's crazy.
head. They were pronounced dead on the scene. But only about 10 minutes later, at about 1:50 p.m., Andrew Cruz was found with multiple gunshot wounds in an alley in the 3900 block of West Madison Street. He was only 34 years of age and was pronounced dead on the scene. Only about an hour later, at 2:40 p.m., a 25-year-old man showed up at the hospital with gunshot wounds to the right side of his body, his neck, and upper back. His name was Sherrod Turner. It was not immediately clear where the shooting occurred, the police said, but the hospital was on the west side of town. But only about a couple minutes later, in the North Riverside Park Mall in the west suburbs, a video clip showed a gunman chasing down a man right behind the Olive Garden restaurant at the mall. The man falls on the sidewalk and the gunman fires multiple shots before running away. Officers found Marquand Blanchard, 22 years of age, on the sidewalk, and he was
Laquan
later
Blanchard
pronounced
is
dead at the
crazy
hospital.
ass name.
And all of these murders really happened back to back, with nearly every hour a person was shot and killed. 3:20 p.m. in the
Every
4500 block of
hour.
South Ashland
God
Avenue, an
damn.
18-year-old teen was shot in the chest. His name was Francisco Romero. He was dropped off at Stroger Hospital, where he was
He
pronounced
was
dead moments
blowing that
later.
there,
Basically,
boy.
around the same time Francisco was shot and killed, a 36-year-old male was shot and killed on the south side of town. Ricky Heller was outside with a group of people in the 8300 block of South Kensington Avenue when someone fired multiple shots from a vehicle, striking Ricky in the head. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead 4:25 p.m. A woman would be shot during an argument with a male suspect. She was only 18 years of age. The incident happened in the 5900 block of South Carpenter Street in the South Side Englewood neighborhood. Police said the suspect sped off in a dark colored sedan and the woman was taken to the hospital
They
where she was
shooting
pronounced
girls
dead
too.
4:30 p.m. Robert English, 24 years of age, was riding in a car when someone opened fire, striking him in the head. He was pronounced dead at Loretta Hospital. Jalen Jackson was standing outside in the 7100 block of South Vincent Avenue at about 4:43 p.m. when a man in a red Chevy Impala pulled up and opened fire, shooting Jackson multiple times. He was then taken to Fort Memorial
Ricky!
Hospital where he was
Hey.
pronounced dead. A North Suburban man
Ah,
allegedly shot three
tell me
people
that it
who
look like
tried
the
to stop him
alleyway.
from looting a West Side liquor store, and this was in the midst of protesting and rioting for the killing of George Floyd by the police. The attack left 27-year-old Tommy Gatewood dead. Andrew Sneed, 36 years of age, faces charges of first-degree murder and aggravated battery assault with a firearm. Gatewood and several other people in the Austin neighborhood saw Sneed at about 6:30 p.m. sizing up the store in the 5100 block of West Madison. Sneed couldn't find a way into the store, so he left. Soon after, a fire was set in the second floor unit above the shop. Firefighters forced their way into the liquor store on the first floor to extinguish it, and then left, leaving the store vulnerable to Andrew Sneed, who was allegedly back within 2 hours to loot it. Andrew Sneed allegedly saw Gatewood and the others who tried to stop him from looting earlier, and he allegedly walked across the street and shot three of them. Gatewood, a Fifth City resident, died at Stroger Hospital. An 18-year-old woman was shot 3 times in the leg, and a 21-year-old man was shot in the foot, where each was hospitalized and listed in fair condition. 6:43 p.m. in the 4600 block of South Matchfield Avenue, a 26-year-old man was sitting in a vehicle when someone pulled up on him and shot him in the chest. Jaquan Newman was taken to Stroger's Hospital where he was pronounced dead. There was another 20-year-old man shot in the leg who was taken to the hospital in fair condition. 8 p.m. in the 900 block of East 93rd Street, Linnell McLean was driving when someone in a dark-colored Grand Prix started shooting. Linnell was hit several times in the head and crashed his vehicle in the same blocks moments later. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The last murder of the night at
Multiple
10:50
headshots.
p.m.
I'm
was
sure he
end off
was.
with a young female, only the age of 18. Officers responded to a
You
shot
survive
spotter
that, you a
alert
fucking
for
Terminator.
gunfire. When they arrived, they found 18-year-old Lazara Daniels shot in the left side of her head. Sadly, she was pronounced dead on the scene. This would mark 17 murders on May 31st, but there was actually one more murder, but I couldn't find the details on it. This day was truly a terrifying day for Chicago, and my prayers and condolences go out to the families that lost their loved ones
And I
in
know the
this war in
hospital
Chicago.
was
But
filled
that'll be
to
about
the
it for this
brim.
video. Make sure you like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what y'all want.
Man. RIP to all them people that lost their life that day. That's crazy. That was a war. Alright, man. J3, we out. Subscribe to the